Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with this movie and maybe some future movies as well because I'm really strapped for time. I really don't have a lot of time to do these entertainment montages. They take a lot of time to put together, even a short 5-minute video. I'm going to go with more of a commentary style just because that makes it quicker and easier to do. And I'll base my commentary off of comments from this movie. Now this movie is titled No Assassination Burst Montage. So of course I'm going to use things that give the biggest burst. So I use gunpowder charge in a lot of the clips. I use the berserker buff in a lot of clips. Not all the clips if you take a look at it, because I'm trying to show, what's that maximum burst that you can put out in the casual BG environment. There's a lot of assassination rogues that are complaining about their damage in the casual BG. This is a demonstration that, hey, this is what's possible for the assassination rogue to do in the casual BG. They are not a weak class. Once you get your artifact worked up, once you get your PvP honor talent set up, it's a very strong single target assassination class, right, if you play it correctly. So this guy, playing gunpowder charge, and then I say, yeah, and berserker buff as well in quite a few clips. And I put down here, I'm not trying to hide anything. If you take a look at my UI, my combat log is open on the left hand side, so you can see exactly what I'm using. I leave that open there so people can take a look at it and see what I'm using. So that's what this movie is about. But after this movie is over, I'm going to go back to using the berserker buff and the gunpowder charge whenever I can, because doing this to someone is funny. So the first thing that we need to talk about is what your mindset should be as an assassination rogue, because on the forums I see a lot of assassination rogues complaining we can't get top damage in the battlegrounds. If your concern is getting top damage in the battlegrounds as an assassination rogue, you are not playing your class correctly. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. Take a look at this situation. There's an enemy hunter here and he's going to have 3 friendly players on him. Now what would you do in that situation as an assassination rogue? Are you going to go add on to this hunter and try to get the killing blow and do some damage to him so you can point at the scoreboard later and say, hey, look at my damage, look at my killing blows? Or are you going to ignore that fight basically because you know that he is going to die? I mean, he's going to die in that situation provided that he doesn't get any assistance. I'm not going to jump into that fight. If I jump in, he doesn't get any help, he dies anyway. It's totally meaningless for me to get involved in that fight. But it's not meaningless for me to look to see if he has help coming. He is from Darkspear, that hunter. Here come 2 other players from Darkspear. These people are together. That's 3 players on the hunter. There's an incoming warrior and an incoming druid. This druid would be able to free cast on that hunter and save him. And then they have a 3v3. But I am going to stop that because I was patient and I was looking to see if there was going to be people coming to help that hunter. And I am going to take this healer out very quickly. So because of my choice, I took a fight which they could have lost and then they lose control of the middle of the field, and I make it a win for our team by avoiding the easy kill, playing intelligently. And there's something else that's important to talk about here. If I do add on to that hunter, trying to get the killing blow, I use Envenom, I get that poison bomb proc. Well, then I don't have the poison bomb proc for the healer, and it makes the healer harder to kill. Jumping into fights like that punishes you, right? The way the poison bomb procs punishes you when you jump into fights like that, it rewards you for patience, like I have here. So I did have the berserker buff in that fight, but I did not have gunpowder charges. You can see here on the right, this is where my gunpowder charges are. I have 0. So I did not use the gunpowder charge there. I did have berserker. Here is a fight. That's the same hunter. This will be without berserker and without gunpowder charge. Time in here before I have to go back. Okay, this is the opening fight of a match, and both this Demon Hunter and myself are going for the Berserker buff. I'm going to beat him to it. I don't want him to have that, so this fight will be with the Berserker buff, I'm sorry, but no gunpowder charges. I do have some charges over here on the side. You see 18, but I've disabled them in the macro for the purposes of this movie. And you'll notice that number is going to stay at 18 after the fight is over. Now, I'm going to sap this Demon Hunter, and he is going to break it. I'm not sure why he does that. Maybe he thought he could throw up Spectral Sight really quickly and get me out of stealth before I open on him. But he does break it. I looked him up. Right now he's at like 1900 rating with around 180 games played in threes with a 70% win percentage. So I guess that means he's not a terrible player. But I'm going to go ahead and play this out. Okay, so I get him in the 5-point kidney shot there, and I'm just about to do my burst on him when these two players from Moonguard show up. So now I have a choice to make, a decision. And here is the decision I make. I leave the fight and re-stealth. Now, why did I do that? Because when you're fighting a Demon Hunter, they have a tremendous amount of AoE cleave. He's going to Metamorphosis, which is going to give him Leech while he's doing that cleaving. Now, I know I'm going to throw up my defenses where he won't be healing off of me, but those other two guys, I have no clue. Chances are he's going to Metamorphosis. He is going to AoE cleave them, get healing from them. They're not going to use their defenses to prevent that. And if I had stayed in the fight, I'd be a part of this guy's 1v3 like montage. So I fully expect this Demon Hunter will win this 1v2 and come out of this fight with full health. And that's exactly what happened. Now think about this Demon Hunter's mindset. He's like, holy crap, man. There was a rogue there. This was a 1v3. The rogue just flat out ran away, and I killed these other two guys. He must be feeling pretty damn good. So much for that. Okay, here's that same Demon Hunter again, and I wasn't like purposely targeting him. He was just the only horde that was really getting out by himself. You see, he has the Berserker buff there. He's trying to get the Berserker buff and, you know, win 1v1s and 1v2s. I was hoping he was going to kill this Paladin quickly so I could fight him, but the Paladin lays on hands. I look there, there's a DK, so I have no choice, you know, now but to get on the Demon Hunter. And here I don't have Berserker, I don't have Gunpowder Charge, I just wanted to show the damage. So I cloak and vanish there because I know the DK is coming, which he does. You know, I figured he'd win the fight, you know, which is usual for a Horde versus Alliance fight. And I know it wasn't a 1v1, but I just wanted to demonstrate the damage. You see, I hurt the Demon Hunter really bad, and I'm able to kill him pretty easily. So I've been making movies for a long time, and I know what the natural things people are going to say. One of them will be, well, you know, playing this way, you know, you're never going to be doing a lot of damage or getting a lot of killing blows. And yes, it's true, I'm never going to be topping the damage boards playing the way I play, but topping the killing blows, yeah, I actually do that quite often. And here's an example of that. This was a relatively short match. Our team was kind of bad. You see, they won. Bad in terms of objectives. The actual kill numbers aren't that bad. And over here on the right, you see no gunpowder charges, so that wasn't using gunpowder charges, and there are no berserker buffs in strands. So that is topping killing blows, no gunpowder charge, no berserker buff. Okay, this is just the end of a match that Alliance is actually dominating in, as you can see from the score up above. And I'm just kind of screwing around. I want to see if I can load this warrior up with dots and vanish and just have him die, you know, while I'm hanging out in stealth. Let's see how that goes. And notice I have no berserker, and my charges are disabled. You see 18 over there. It's not going to drop. Okay, should have put a rupture on him there, but I get distracted by the incoming paladin. If I'd put the rupture on him, he would have died. And unfortunately, my test there fails because the match ends. So hopefully I've demonstrated that you don't need the Berserker buff and the gunpowder charge to kill people, but using these things is going to help you do things like killing healers solo, or even potentially winning 1v2s. And when you're into Battleground, casual Battleground again, you're not allowed to use these things in rated play. But when you're into casual Battleground, you want to help your team win. And you are a rogue. You have a talent as an Assassination rogue that's called Unfair Advantage. That should be the way you play your Assassination rogue.
Can't do anything about it at the moment. I'm polymorph.
I even saw him cast it on you.
Where's our guy? Like barely moving.
You don't fight with honor.
No. He did.